Hi everyone. Today we're going to do a little tour through an altered book. I did this for my camera club, and actually I hope I can get it so that it's not too far away from you. But I read a book called Mrs. Miniver, and when I was through with it I decided I was going to alter the book. And so this is what turned out. And we have a camera club group that meets once a month, and I was in charge of the program, so I decided what better than to have a group project. So I started it out, and first I glued pages together. I figured out how many people we were going to have doing this project. The number, we only have like 12 members, and then I glued enough pages together so that there were only like 12 layout pages. And I used a glue that wouldn't wrinkle paper, so it was a collage type glue made particularly for paper, and it claimed that it wouldn't wrinkle, so that's what I used. And then after the pages had dried, I decorated the outside. And let's see, this is a Canadian coin, but I just dabbed different kind of chalk colors on there with those little teardrop chalks, and then sort of sprinkled glitter on them and sprayed them with a not crystal lacquer, but a craft lacquer just to cover it. And it's just a mishmash of colors. I just wanted to blend it. I didn't quite get the title covered, as you can see. I just wanted to blend it all in so that you could, so that it would look eclectic, I guess. And here's a Canadian quarter I put on there because we had been to Canada. I put some yarn around the edges, stuck a star on there, and this is a Tim Holtz book fastener, and I just put some of this twirligig sparkly stuff on there, just anything to make it look kind of nifty. And ours was the first page. I hope you can see it. And on this side is my husband. He's the bold one, and he used to work for Mastercraft, and he loves to fish, so that's what we did for him. And on me, I put a creative little poem on there, and this is me in the beginning, and this is me then. And I put a West Palm Beach postal mark on there because I'm from Florida. So that was my page. The next page was our older couple, and he was a harmonica player. They called him Harmonica Jack, and he had a teeny weeny little harmonica that he put on there. And he is deceased now, so he put, or somebody put, probably his wife, the poem "I shall not pass through this world again, this way again" on there. It was so appropriate. And he was quite the photographer, traveled all over, had a log cabin in the woods. And this is his wife, Jan, and she played on the computer a lot. And it's interesting, I hope you can see that bear, because we had quite a bear experience while we stayed at their cabin for a weekend. The bear broke into the cabin and ate all of our breakfast goodies. And this is a couple, there, and their children, David and Gloria, and they have 4 kids and umpteen trillion grandchildren. And Gloria has a little nurse charm here, and David has a plane because he's a aeronautical engineer, and he does topographical maps and so forth. So that was very appropriate. And Margaret's so cool. Put this down like this here. She likes lighthouses, and she also is very creative with rubber stamping. And so she did a page that is to die for, if I can get it to work. Can you see it? It folds out. It collapses in like that, and then it folds out. And it has all these really neat stamps on it. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. And, you know, just all sorts of things like that. We're all photographers too, but some of us are pretty crafty. And then here's the back of it, right here. And I like this one. You're not old till you mold. So she really put some work in it. She actually added an extra page, and I've got the instructions for this. I've got to give it a try because she added an accordion page and glued it to the book and then did those. And I just think that is so creative. And this is Margaret in the stamp, and she loves covered bridges too. So that was a great one for Margaret. And this is the back of Margaret's. She's a waterfall person. Let the good times roll. And then this is Jane. Let me put this down here. Jane is a professional photographer. She went to Africa with me, and her pictures were beautiful. She likes to cook, and she has photographed all over the four corners of the American West, and her pictures are gorgeous. And these are her hiking shoes because she hikes wherever she goes. So that's Jane, and her page is very appropriate. And then, oh, this one is a pop-up page, and I don't know if I can get it to pop up as not much anymore. There we go. And this is Brenda and Don. They go to Idaho every year because he's quite the fisherman. And there's his fishing pole and a map of Idaho. But they also went with us to Maine to photograph lighthouses. So this was our favorite restaurant. We went there 2 or 3 times, and it was Wimpy's. And you could eat huge lobsters there, and so those who like lobsters really got into that. I, however, am not a lobster person. But Brenda, his wife, she's a stamper, belongs to a stamping club, and she makes beautiful cards and sells them. And this couple here are really neat. They're bikers, but also she's the president of a company, tough as nails, and her company is called Chroma Graphics, and they make those decals and so forth that you see on car windows, plus they make the family stickers, the mother and the dad and the little kids and the pets and all that. But their best-selling item is the bullet holes. Can you believe it? Bullet holes in car windows. So anyway, she stuck those on there, and these are real blue jeans. And they're both Honda people, or Harley people, I should say, and they go to Sturgis every year and the whole bit. So this is an appropriate page for them, and this is her husband. Okay, and this is a single man in our club, and he's not very artsy, so somebody else did the page for him. But they did put the things that he's interested in, which is collecting Indian artifacts. And here in Tennessee, there are a lot of Indian artifacts. And this is his granddaughter, and he likes to work in the yard, so here's a die cut of a lawnmower and then the sticker of a wheelbarrow. He has a garden, and he also has a kitty cat that color. So this is Tommy and his daughter or granddaughter Megan. And then this is Karen and her family, and this is her and her husband, and they're young, I guess, and she works at a bank. So consequently, she's got little corners of money all over the place, and apparently she likes shoes. And this is a picture of her in Greece. We did go to Greece one year for a photographic trip. So that's Karen and her husband. And these are just various trips that the Camera Club has taken. Mexico, we went to Mexico and filmed the ruins. This is out at a cabin in the woods. This is in Williamsburg. And this is my husband on his birthday. He got a gross card, so don't look. The Shaker Village, we went there. Kentucky Horse Park, we went there. And always we're around the table eating. I think this is Williamsburg. And this is Jack. His picture was in a previous page too. He's the one with the cabin, but he died a couple years ago. He was our oldest member and one of our founding fathers, and so we have a special page in memoriam of Jack. And these are just some things I stuck on the back page, just little inspirational things. But there was also something on one of the pages of the book that I wanted to save, so I didn't paint over it, I highlighted it. So I highlighted this and highlighted that, and that's what you can do with these books. If it's an inspirational book, you can highlight some of the sayings and don't paint over them. So that's what I did there. And so that's our book. Hope you enjoyed it.